Our atelier is called the Atelier anglophone, which means most of the time we communicate in English, the English language. Wants to go and work in the United States or I don't know, China, Russia, Africa, India, then you're more likely to be communicating in English. So I don't see it as it's not English as such, or referring to England. No, it's the international communication language. There is another aspect which I enjoy, is the more cultural aspect or cultural approach, which there is a difference. It's very difficult to define. It's quite complex to define in the sense that I would say that I was steeped in more of an Anglo-Saxon approach, as opposed to a more Latin approach to the word design. Anglo-Saxon, with my collaborator Sarngsan, he comes from Thailand, and he has another approach. So it's this cultural aspect which is interesting as well. So we use it. We teach. We obviously do work on many different subjects, many different projects. So this brings up the word teaching, which I'm a little bit I'm not very fond of the word teaching. I prefer the word transmission, in the sense that I have exercised this job, this profession, since for now more than 30 years. So over that time, I've worked on many different types of work, projects, from architecture to museum to television to film, endless. So this word transmission, as I prefer to use this word, it's that experience that I've built up. I like to transmit to younger people, to show them actually the pitfall, the eventual traps, or the pitfalls, or just to be more efficient about replying to certain questions or problems. One aspect which is really important is the tools, and learning the tools, acquiring the tools to actually help solve the questions you're going to ask. So it could be anything from the classic way of communication, through drawing, through models, through form, to the more sophisticated, or more, I wouldn't say sophisticated, but the more technical tools like computer study, computer video, 3D, coding, 3D printing, all the working in metal, working in wood, working in composites. So the tools, actually acquiring the tools, is very important, because it helps you become more comfortable. When you're more comfortable with the tools you use, you tend to produce much better work. And then, it's. I think the thing that's important is to be agile, which actually this school is good for, because it was very interesting, because each semester normally we're working projects which are totally different from the previous semester. So, for example, one semester we worked on how to redesign a dam, a barrage, and the semester afterwards we were working on children's toys. So you have to be agile. You have to adapt to different questions, different scales, different complexities, and it comes down to pretty much the same, the same approach, a similar method in a sense. We start off, it's quite, for me, it's quite simple. We start off with I call it an immersion phase, where you immerse yourself in the subject, and it remains very open. I like to use the analogy of an entonnoir, a funnel. It's very open to begin with, and as the semester works on, you get more and more precise and more defined, and more towards the end of the semester, you come out with this, distilled proposition, which is I don't know how to say, close to not the ideal response. I don't think there is one, but I mean a proposition which stands up to criticism, or can be presented with fierté. Than I was when I was a student. At that time, it wasn't a factor. So, this is coming back to this word of being organic. You have to evolve and adapt to situations, and to be agile, and adapt.
I think that the nature or the spirit of our atelier would be that we have this cultural diversity. So Matt and me, we are from another country. We work in France, so at least we have this triangle differences. And then the way we teach, as Matt said, I do agree that actually what we do is that we share our experience, share our references, and then we work with the student, the future designer, share with them, and we listen a lot to them, and then they choose. So basically we quite flexible and organic, as we use quite often the word. So we get through a different given project with the partner, with this same way of we listen to the partner, and we listen to the future designer, and then we accompany the project with this flexibility in mind. I would say that is the character of our atelier.